What if there was a safe space for you to explore artificial intelligence? What if there was a team of friendly professionals waiting to help you examine what you can do with AI in your courses? Welcome to the world of what if.
My name is Mary Rotondo, and I am an instructional designer and the QA manager here at the Center for Online and Continuing Education. Today's session is Enhancing Productivity with Microsoft Copilot. And the title I decided to give myself for today's presentation is Reviewer of Awesomeness, because one of the things I do here at COSI is review all the courses that all the IDs submit for internal review for a high quality designation. That is about 30% of what I do with my time. So I thought that any enhancements, any improvements in productivity in an area that takes up so much of my time will be worth sharing. And that's what I will be sharing with you today, along with other tips to be more productive while using Copilot. Actually using Copilot with the whole Microsoft suite. So why Copilot? So as you will see through my presentation, it integrates seamlessly with all of the other Microsoft apps that we use in our daily lives, Teams, Outlook, PowerPoint, Word, and other ones that we, as you know, are part of our daily tasks. Also, here at Florida Atlantic, we have the option of having it with data protection, which means the information that you input into the AI is not used to train the model. However, we recommend that you never put anything that is sensitive into an AI tool. And I'm going to show you what the data security levels here at Florida Atlantic look like. So this information you can find at fau.edu/AI, which is the center place to go for anything AI related here at our university. There are 4 levels of data classification. You're welcome to browse and scroll through the page. But like I said before, nothing that you think is sensitive information should ever go into an AI. And the reason we're mentioning that is because today I'm going to be sharing fake emails, but we're going to be actually going into my Outlook account. I'm going to go into Canvas, where I have created a mock of a real course, because I'm not sharing anything real here. I'm just sharing my process. So this whole thing started with me wanting to use Microsoft Copilot throughout my workflow. And at the time when I started, I really didn't know what that would look like. I didn't know what the improvements would be, where it would take me, because I had never done it. So what I decided to do is there is an option where you can have all of your apps online, and you can have Copilot always opened on the side. And so I decided I'm going to go ahead and do everything I do at work while having Copilot opened on the side panel at all times, so I can have it available and ask all the questions that came to my mind. And I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of back and forth, and I learned a lot. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. So let me show you what it looks like, and then we'll talk a little bit more about my process. You go to the main page for the Microsoft interface, and we are going to share that URL on the chat, so you have it with you. And once you're there, it'll look something like this. Or you can actually access your apps through the Edge browser. So you have them also right here. I already have Outlook open here. but I'm going to go ahead from that interface and I'm going to open Word and I'm going to open PowerPoint. I could keep opening them, but I think that's good for the demonstration. So you are using the apps on the browser and you need to be on the Edge browser. Otherwise, you don't have access to this functionality. So from here, you go to the icon here and it will open on the side. And as you switch from one app to the other, you always have it on the side so you can ask all your questions. So let's start with something we do all the time. So I sent myself this very complicated, convoluted email, and I'm going to go ahead and ask Copilot to please summarize it for me. Okay, still long, but it's way more digestible. It's probably saving me already some time. I have read the email, and now I want to draft a reply. And there it is. I was able to create a summary. Of course, I read it, and then drafted a reply that I can now customize, personalize, and then send it back right through the same tab. I don't have to open any other tabs. So that is something that we all do at all times. Something else we all do is present, right? We teach, or we are staff members and we're presenting all the time. So for the next demonstration, I'm going to change apps. I'm going to go to PowerPoint and I'm going to create a new chat. So I'm going to start from a clean slate. And as I learned from my mentor, this slide is a little overcrowded. There's too much information. So I'm going to ask Copilot to summarize and for this one, I have to actually copy the text. So I'm going to put it in here. And I created another slide just so we could see what it looks like. Okay, some progress, but I can keep refining. I can ask it to remove all the verbs. And it also removed the formatting. So, you know, it'll do these things. So there's always a lot of back and forth and testing and experimenting. But anyways, I went from this much text to something that looks a lot better for a PowerPoint or a slide. So that's what I did for the whole month. I spent a month having it opened on the side panel and basically going through my regular tasks and asking myself, how can the AI help me with my daily, everyday routine tasks? And as I was doing that, I was asking myself, where can I use it? How? What questions can I ask it? What can it do for me? And that is the beauty of the process that I'm sharing with you, because no matter your workflow, you have access to the interface, you have access to the apps, and you can try to adjust the process to your own workflow. Okay, I'm going to show you another example of what I do a lot, which is reviewing courses. And this is a copy. Of course, I changed the names and I changed everything, but this is what a real gradebook would look like. And I am a reviewer and I need to know how the gradebook is set up. But just by looking at it, and I made a printout so that you can see what my process used to be for something that was as complicated with so many assignments as these, I would probably have to spend some time with a calculator, maybe even make a printout and, you know, spend some time trying to figure out what I don't know. And because I really don't know a lot about these that I'm supposed to be reviewing. So at this point, but looking at the gradebook, there's a lot I don't know. I don't know how many assignments are there. I don't know how many points the whole course is. I don't know how many categories are there. I don't know how much each category is. I don't know if the assignments are where they need to be, if they're in order, if there's something that has been skipped. Is everything graded? Is everything published? So as you can see, I have a lot of questions. And to figure everything out, I would have to really spend some time understanding how this is set up. So let me show you what I found. So having it on the side as I went through my daily tasks, I found out that I can also use it in Canvas, and I can also use it in any other of the online tools that we use here at work. But for this one, I am going to actually ask it to do like a first level analysis of all the information that I have there. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to copy my prompt. And I'm basically going to ask it, remember all the questions I had? I wanted to list the assignments for me, to sort them by category, to count the number of points per category, and to give me the total number of points for the course. So I copied the prompt, which we are sharing, and I copied it here, and let's see how it can help me. So it listed all the assignments by category, gave me the number of points per category. And because I did a little bit of improvement to the prompt yesterday, it actually gave me the total number of points for the whole course.
So the question that we have is whether or not we can use Copilot within Canvas, and how do we get to what we are seeing on the screen?
Yes, that's a great question. That's a great question. So like I said at the beginning, go use Edge for everything that you're doing. So go onto Microsoft Edge and you will have the option of having it on the side. So if I go and open a new tab and access Canvas, whichever way you always do. Which one way is to actually write the URL on your browser. Okay, so back to my assignments. I know a lot more now than I did before, but I want to go a step further. I want to have an Excel worksheet because maybe next semester I want to make some changes to my gradebook. Maybe I'm going to change the number of points. Maybe I'm going to add an assignment. Or maybe I just want to have a snapshot of what my gradebook looked like and how many points and how many assignments. I want to save that. And always it's easier if you have numbers and math to have it in a format that it's easier to process than text. This is already great, but I want to ask for an Excel sheet that I can actually take with me. So I'm going to basically tell it to put that information on an Excel sheet. I'm going to give it a name. And then I want a summary table with the number of assignments, the 4 categories that I have, the total number of points per category, and the total number of points for the whole course. Because that is something that I, in my role, share with the IDs when in the review. So having that nice comprehensive table will help me confirm the information in their courses. So it created the Excel sheet and gave it the name that I wanted. Let's look at it. Okay, so all my assignments are listed here in the same order. They're sorted out by category, and then I have something that summarizes everything in that gradebook that I can actually go and compare to the course, but it really makes my life as a reviewer a lot easier. I have a format that I can share with the IDs that is a lot easier than me having to count and write down and do all kinds of things. And for you in your process, this is something that if you're a faculty member, like I said, you can keep these as a snapshot of what you had at a given point in your grading. So I know a lot more. I feel way more confident. I always double check the work my fellow IDs do, but now I can triple check because I created this very process that is just customized to my own workflow. So I feel that I have somehow created something that will make me way more effective at my work. So what I wanted to share with you today was the process so you can tailor it to your own workflow, experiment, confirm, 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 and just play with it because it'll be your companion, always on the side. So thank you so much.